In this application, we implement a sign-in authentication using Supabase and Flutter. As you can see, we can sign in and log out in our application. So let's get started with coding. First thing is to create a new project in Supabase. Now let's create a new project. In my case, I'll create it under the organization called Flutter. This will create a new project URL and API key. Project URL and API key will be used in our project to access our database. We will initialize our Supabase. First, we add the Supabase_Flutter library to our application. Initializing Supabase with project URL and API key. Ensuring the Flutter binding to our app. Copy project URL. Copy API key. We will disable the debug banner. And then change the title. We will add simple UI for our application. Let's start with replacing the placeholder with the scaffold widget. For the body of the scaffold, let's have a column widget. In the column widget, we will have an icon widget, then a text form field widget. Let's initialize a text editing controller for email. And then decorate the text form field. Create new file called textformfield.file. Create a widget called myTextFormField widget. And add a customized widget in logged-in page. Adding more functionality for my text form field widget. Copy my text form field widget for the password. Add text editing controller for the password. Create login button using gesture detector widget. Use the container widget and decorate the container widget. Create new file called button.dart file. Create a widget called myButtonWidget. Add the customized widget in login page. Add more functionality for myButtonWidget. Create a spacer with line using container widget. Create new file called spacerwithline.dart file. Create widget called spacerwithline widget. Add the customized widget in login page called spacerwithline widget. Create sign up text button using gesture detector. Create new file called signup.button.tar file. Create a widget called signup.button widget. Add the customized widget in login page and add more functionality to it. We will add homepage and some utilities for the app. Now we will create a file called home_page.dart file. Create a stateful widget called homepage. Then for the body of a scaffold, we will have column widget. Then text widget and a text button widget for the log out button. Create file called constant.dart file. This will hold some utilities for the app. Create Supabase instance for the client called client. Create a customized snackbar widget. This will serve as a notification for the app. We will set the route and initial route for the app. Set route in main.dart file. Set initial route with our root route, which is the login page. Comments for the widget we have. We will set the route and initial route for the app. Set route in main.dart file. Set initial route with our root route, which is the login page. Comments for the widget we have. Creating a dummy user in Supabase and other functionality in the app. Now let's create a dummy user in Supabase project. Enter email and password, then click Create User button. Our dummy user account. Add sign out functionality for logged out button in homepage. Then navigate to login page. Restart the application and then test drive for logged in. Let's wrap the column widget with center widget. Then testing our app. Override the dispose function to dispose our email and password controller. And then let's create a login function. While initialize is loading. Now use the login function in My Button widget. Implementing loading indicator. Lastly, we will test our app. Making the app scrollable. First, wrap the column widget with single child scroll view widget. This will give a scrolling capability. Then set the padding. and then test the scrolling capability of the app. Test the login functionality. This is how we implement a sign-in authentication using Supabase with Flutter. Thank you.